Greetings and welcome to the Energy of Taurus. This is Ron from Terra the Twin Sun. Welcome to the channel. I do thank you for the support and the continued rapport with comments and likes and everything for the continuance of the channel. I've just returned from vacation and we are here with the second house opening, the house of possession as well, the house of um, surety, stamina, endurance, as well as the ability to store certain things, reserves. And in this, we shall look into the energy of Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, and honor that by doing a type of reading that looks into the Great Mirror. Okay, the Great Mirror is a 9-card spread designed by the Order of the Twin Sun in order to see apparent karmas that may exist between Taurus and a significant other. We shall be channeling the 8th house and the axis of the 8th and the 2nd. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. There is a way for the energy of Taurus that involves a choice that may be difficult in terms of conflict and resolution. Okay, this has to do with an ending that you're trying to leave behind in order to find clarity of mind, to find a way of seeing and understanding from a distance, objectively and with the realm of mastery of thoughts, as well as through the lens of the student, be able to learn from the past. This has to do with family as well, some deep, important connection. There's something about you that is rising into the glory of the triplicity of Earth in the King of Pentacles, and moving forward with the Ace of Rods. Okay, so this speaks of the first and second houses, also the 10th house, something that has to do with the external world, becoming a master of it, of your resources, time, energy, as well as where you plant your seeds and where you find maturity in those plantings. Um, Essentially, I see here a new beginning in terms of the energy of fire. Okay, and fire is essentially a way of bringing forth knowledge as well as creativity through the energy of Mars and Sagittarius. Okay, and the energy of the Sun. So things are good. At the same time, there's something that you may be no longer investing in terms of uh, some form of a deeper bond, especially family. Very interesting. Okay. There's the Ten of Cups again. We have Jo, we have Kuru, and Home Méchant. So Excuse me. The Ten of Cups has been cropping up for this reading in particular, and has been uh, a very difficult situation. This has to do with karmas that are emotional in nature, and you coming into privy about these, becoming intelligent about them. This helps you to understand your sense of home, your sense of the inner world, emotional world, okay, that is becoming private in some sort of way. It's becoming separate from your everyday sort of go-to when it comes to deep commitments or family or relationships. These are emotionally strong ties, okay? And there's something about them, about these ties, that have been, say, made of metal, but underwater. Therefore, there's a rustic quality to the metals that bond in terms of oxidization. There's something also alchemical about all of this, a process of healing and also understanding how things have reified. Okay, reification is the process in which things take um, variance, or they allow themselves to become manifest. Okay, in a myriad of ways. Okay, reification is involved with the idea of the prismatic. Okay, so passing a singular light through crystal in order to create a spectra. This is the idea. Okay, so perhaps there's something about you that is coming into consciousness, coming into focus by crystallizing something and understanding the nature or the properties that have to do with this type of situation. Okay. This also speaks about separation of mother and father, or perhaps a reflection. And learning through this mirror might prove uh, to show you a way or a path into devotion or discipline. Okay, there also are obstacles that you have to realize are in your path because they are essentially becoming illuminated in some sort of way, and this is something that you may want. There's also a need for good health here, good health and practicality, methodology within that in which you do, okay, especially under the sun, okay. Um, uh, on a deeper level, there's something about you in this connection that is no longer stimulating, or it never has been. Um, there's something intellectually cold and detached about this. Um, uh, so it could be that you've always been trying to search for the truth, but you've approached this person or this entity, this person, place, or thing, this significant other, has always had the two of rods in terms of a block or an obstacle for you. Okay, and this has to do with not being able to make a choice, a firm choice. Okay, becoming impotent in some way in the creation of paths that are paved through the energy of fire and the staves, okay, of the tarot. Mm, excuse me. There also is a feeling of entrapment in this. Consciously, you may be sort of in a connection that is designed to keep them in check, to keep them within their own mental prison, and perhaps trying to break out of it, the impending sort of tower moments here in the reverse, okay? And tower moments are, well, a lot of tarot readers will say that they usually spell some sort of doom or transformation, in particular within this deck, in the context of this deck, and this is why I bought it. Um, there's something about this particular tower, okay, that speaks about imprisonment or entrapment of the mind, okay, and not being able to break free from it. So what emerges on a conscious level is a feeling that you may have manifested or brought this person in, or perhaps there's something about you that is majestically, through the power or the energy of the staves, you're being able to sort of to be a type of warden for this person, meaning that there's something about the emotional prison that they are stuck in, and you are sort of holding the key and to the lock of that prison door. Um, It also speaks, this card, Malady, which is 15, um, also speaks of the energy of Taurus, okay, in particular. It looks like the Magician, but this is actually the Hierophant. Um, and with the Hierophant, there is essentially a very strong presence of Venusian energy, the ability to bring that which is required for a life of ease, you know, a life of also purpose within the Hierophant's energy, commitments, contracts, okay? And perhaps there's something about this that is becoming sort of corrosive in some sort of way, as I've mentioned. Could be that the connection is based on feelings of entrapment, feelings of repressed ways, especially on their end, repressed, not being able to liberally sort of state in a free way what they want or need. There's a lot of emotional sort of undertones here that are well known and well thought out in terms of, excuse me, their feeling of isolation. What I'm seeing here, excuse me, there's the King of Pentacles again. Excuse me. There's something about this that has to do with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, okay? I love this deck. Venus is here in triplicity, okay, of Earth, in the triplicity of Earth. So there is something that has to do with the orchestration of materiality being a block in terms of what can sort of come out of this situation. And it's very important for Taurians to honor the need for stability, to honor the need for grounding in terms of realism or real or practical ways of grounding a certain type of relationship. Okay, any relationship is required. And there's something about it that has lost its purity. Both of you may be defying, in a way, a contract that has been sort of mandated by the heavens, or has been through some sort of right, or through some sort of official way of legitimizing the contract. Excuse me. There's been a need to honor it, and this has been the primary block in terms of what has evolved. Therefore, an unwillingness to make a choice, and on your end, a cold and detached sort of perspective that's intellectualized in nature of this connection. Um, so there's a pensive quality. This person is very charged. There's a prison that is an emotional prison of sorts. The difference here being the from the Seven of Pentacles, the three. Yeah, so it's the Three of Cups that emerges out of this. Okay, so this is a very dark reading in terms of what has been brought about. I think you have manifested a way for them to also find a way out of any sort of trappings, especially emotional trappings that they have been dealing with. But they want to intensify for some reason. They also want to offer something that is not grounded, or perhaps there's something about you that can is trying to find a way into praxis or methodology to honor the dark and the light in order to find a sense of purpose or drive or hard work towards some goal that is beyond this connection. In terms of advice, there's a need to be sincere, okay? Sincerity, and also there's a need for rest and departure in the mind, okay? This will help you to find clarity and understand by moving away, essentially, how to come back, or at least look back in a hypercritical or hyper-analytical way. And it's not a negative thing to do such a thing, but there will be a way for you to essentially see what has been the obstacle, okay? Whatever that may mean. In terms of bridges and obstacles, there is, yeah, like I said, some sort of contract with the card of the lovers here, okay, with the Hierophant standing strong here. And the Hierophant, I showed you, there's something here about the Hierophant that is emerging on a conscious level in order to bring forward the energy of fire, in order to essentially, through the Hierophant's energy, play the magician, okay? The magician here, the Hierophant here is also in the marriage card, the lover's card. Okay, so there's something here about a block in terms of prior commitment, or perhaps an inability to actually go through the rite of marriage. Okay, this is something Taurus may want from the connection. Also, there is also a very strong Cancerian golden chariot here that is a great feeling of dissension. Now, the interesting of this card is that if you flip it either way, it's both dissension. Okay, meaning that Cancer has gone into full Cancer mode in this. And there's a lot of emotions that are being processed or purged in some sort of way, cold and detached, and trying to understand how to move on into the new day or to the new light. Okay, and I recommend that by doing proper forms of sadhana or meditation or some sort of a way to relieve the mind of any thoughts about this connection. Okay, that is what I do see for the energy of Taurus. There won't be an extended. If you would like a private reading, I am available, and that can be made available within 24 to 48 hours of the request time. Okay, I do wish you well. Thank you, my dear Taurus. Bye bye.